to Relish and Cherish. Now this is going to be the last video for the month of October 2015 with the theme Cafe-licious. So I'm sure you all are looking forward to it. Now the other three videos for the theme Cafe-licious were restaurant review videos, or rather cafe review videos. Now this is going to be a recipe video, and you know which recipe is it? It is the caramel custard, or the creme caramel, or the flan, or the caramel pudding, whatever you choose to call it. So caramel custard is basically a dessert which is basically a custard based dessert with a soft caramel top. And in my version of the caramel custard, it's actually not a soft caramel layer, but it's basically the caramel sauce for the ease of preparation. Now people often confuse the caramel custard with the creme brulee. Now the creme brulee has its origin in France, whereas the caramel custard is eaten in some or the other form throughout the world, and they both taste quite similar, and I am in love with both of them. But the main difference between the two is that caramel custard has a soft caramel layer on top, whereas the creme brulee has a hard caramel layer on top. So remember this little difference and you're good to go. So let's get started making the caramel custard. Now you must be wondering, why am I featuring the caramel custard recipe in my October 2015 theme of the month, that is Cafe-licious? It is because caramel custard for me has its origins in the Irani cafes of Bombay. Okay, so it may be eaten in all the different parts of the world, but for me the caramel custard is born in the Irani cafes, as I am a true Mumbaikar. So since our theme of the month is Cafe-licious, we need to prepare one cafe special recipe, and that too the ancient Irani cafe special recipe at home, and that is why we are going to prepare the caramel custard. Now it is going to be a 3-step procedure. Firstly, we go on to preparing the caramel sauce. Okay, so we need to let it boil on slow flame. Okay, so let it simmer. While you are preparing your custard, you also take the agar-agar shoot. Okay, if you're using the agar powder, then you're good to go, but if you're using the agar-agar shoot, then you need agar-agar shoot is, you know, more like China grass. Okay, so since we are making it eggless and gelatin free, we are using this vegetarian ingredient to kind of set the caramel custard properly. So you need to put it in boiling water and let it completely dissolve in the boiling water. So as the agar-agar shoot is dissolving and the brown sugar is melting and metamorphosizing itself into yummy licious caramel sauce, you go on to preparing the custard. And once you're done whisking everything and your custard is ready, you put off the flame for your agar-agar, provided it is dissolved, and also your caramel sauce. Okay. Now caramel sauce can start crystallizing as soon as as soon as it starts attaining room temperature. Okay, so in case you're getting delayed and you are a little slow while working with the caramel sauce and it starts crystallizing, don't worry, you can add a little more water to it and give it a nice stir, and also put it on slow flame, to kind of get it back to the right consistency as you require it. Okay, so it's a 3-step procedure: caramel sauce, agar-agar, and the caramel custard. And then comes the time when we mix all of them and then set it in the refrigerator. And before I start blabbering and explain to you, basically try and explain to you the process verbally, let's get into the methodology video. Guys, we first start off making the caramel and then moving on to making the custard. So here I have added the brown sugar in a container, followed with 1 tablespoon of water. And yes, now I'm going to light the stove and let the brown sugar melt and liquefy. If needed, I can add another half tablespoon of water, so you need to do it as per your convenience. But the caramel should be runny and not very thick, so you let it you let it boil on slow flame. Now here I would be adding 1.5 cups of cream, and then I would be whipping it. But I will also add 1 cup of the condensed milk, that is half a tin of the Amul condensed milk is what I'm using. Simultaneously, I'm also using agar agar, which I have put in some hot water and I have let it boil. And once it has softened, I'm adding the agar agar to the whipped cream and the condensed milk, and then mixing it properly. You need to see that the agar agar dissolves thoroughly in water while it's boiling, and also once you whisk the custard, what we are going to make here, you need to also make sure that the agar agar strands are not found strewn here and there in the custard. So yeah, so we whisk and whisk and whisk, and then that will also go on to the stove. Alternatively, you can also use agar powder, which is kind of easier to use, as you don't have to get into boiling the agar agar and making sure it is softened and dissolved and all of that. But agar agar helps the caramel custard to set better, it's more effective than the agar powder. Now we again empty this into another container and light the stove, and we let the custard cook. So basically we just need to make sure that it does not get overcooked. When we see bubbles coming at the edge, that is the time when we put off the stove. And also not forgetting our 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract while it is getting heated. So now we've mixed it, and you can taste it at this point in time. And if you feel that you want to make it a little more sweet, then you can add sugar here. I do not like extremely or cloyingly sweet desserts, and the condensed milk is already sweetened, so for me that much of sugar was fine, but you can do as per your own preference. And once the custard is ready, you get your molds out. Now these are silicone molds, and first what I'm doing is I'm pouring in the caramel sauce into the silicone molds. Now I am going to show you 2 ways of how I have set the custard. A, silicone molds, which is the best way, as you can get these really cute shapes. B, if you don't have silicone molds, you can use a normal container in which you can set the custard. I'm going to show you both the ways. Now once you've put the caramel in the molds or the container, all you're going to do is you are going to basically coat the container with the caramel like this, with the caramel sauce, so that it's evenly spread. And then you move on to putting the custard into the container. And after you are just make sure that you fill the container up to you fill 3/4 of the container with the custard. And after that you need to make sure that these are out for about half an hour, so that they come to room temperature, and then you need to refrigerate it for around 3 to 4 hours. And then once you get it out, it's all ready to just serve. Okay, so now this is my caramel custard ready after 4.5 hours of refrigeration, and see how easily it comes out of these silicone molds. Amazing. This is how you want it to be. So guys, my dad is like a big pudding and souffle fan, and I made these tiny mini caramel custards on the occasion of his birthday, and everybody really loved it. So you too can try it out. It's not that difficult. Okay, I mean, you don't even need an oven, or you don't even need any kind of convection to make it. You just need your stove and then obviously a refrigerator to set it, and I'm sure we are all blessed enough to be equipped with these two appliances. Alright, so I'm looking forward to you guys preparing the caramel custard and also tagging me. And yeah, there's one more thing that I'd like to tell you is that I've already told you and I've already emphasized on using silicone molds, okay? And you don't know how happy I was when I used the silicone mold, because initially I used to use these cute little bowls, okay, plastic bowls with different shapes to set the caramel custard, and whenever I used to topple it, you know, some of the custard would get stuck at the base and the shape was never right, you know, it was always butchered at the top. And since we used silicone molds this time, silicone molds are known for, you know, whatever you are baking in it or whatever you're setting in it, it does not get stuck to the sides of the mold, and you know, you get that nice cute little wobbly caramel custard in the perfect shape, just as you like it. Anyway, so now this is the last video for the month of October 2015 featuring the theme Cafe Licious. I shall see you next time. Till then, bye bye.